Okay guys, today we're going to continue on with chapter 3 and we're going to talk about dividing fractions today. Today's lesson is going to be a quick lesson and it's just an extension of what we learned last class with division. Okay, so take a second, write out your section title here, keep your notes nice and organized. Press pause if you need a second to write that down. If not, we're ready to move on. Okay, quick little review, a reminder. So remember, when we're dividing, remember keep, change, and flip. So this is an example of what we done last day. I'm going to quickly go through it. Our first thing, we have a whole number here. Immediately write that as a fraction. Okay, so we keep our first fraction. I'm going to write down an equal sign, change our sign, flip our second fraction. So we're going to flip this. 3 over 1 becomes 1 over 3. Top times top is 2. Bottom times bottom is 7 times 3 is 21. And we're done. And this is actually as simplified as that can go. Okay. No need to write that down. Just follow along. We're going to move on to the next one now. If you had any trouble with this last day, please let me know so we can go over the details of it and make sure you're straight away before we move on. Okay, here. So, this is a new problem. This is one I want you to write down. Okay. You can write down just from here down. Okay, take a moment to write that out, and then we're going to do this one together. This is a new example. Okay, so even though we have, instead of a whole number, we have 2 fractions. Even though we have that, we're still going to do the rules. Keep, change, and flip. Okay, so follow along. We keep our first fraction, 3 over 5. Change our sign to multiplication. And we flip our second fraction. So 7 over 9 becomes 9 over 7. Okay, so you can see that this is the same method we've been doing, except instead of a whole number and writing it over 1, we already have the fraction given to us. Okay, so we're going to multiply this out now. I'm looking for something to simplify, and there actually is nothing to simplify here. So 3 times 9 is 27. Okay, so top by top, got that done, and bottom by bottom is 5 times 7 is 35. And that actually is as simplified as it can go, I believe. Okay, so this is something new. Write this down. What's new is that we have a fraction now instead of a whole number here. So we have 2 fractions, but the process is still the same. So it's actually just as easy, just as simple as the last section we done. So with that being said, right away we're going to let you guys try a couple. So pause the video, give these 2 a try. When we come back, we'll quickly go through them. Okay, so by now you should have these done. I'm going to quickly go through them. So we keep, so we kept our fraction of keep, change, and flip. 8 over 5 becomes 5 over 8. Okay, I can see some corners already that can be simplified. So I'm going to change my color here. So 15, I'm going to divide that by 5, because this up right here in the opposite corner can also be divided by 5. Let's simplify that out. 11 stays the same. 15 divided by 5 is 3. Bring down our sign. 5 divided by 5 is 1. We haven't done anything with the 8. Okay. Nothing else can be simplified, so we can go top by top, bottom times bottom. So 11 times 1 is 11. 3 times 8 is 24. And that's as simplified as that can go. So make sure you got that answer. If not, check this over, and if you need help, let me know. Okay, the second one now. Again, keep, change, flip. Keep the first one, 5 over 14. change our division to multiplication, flip our second one. 7 over 12 becomes 12 over 7. Okay, I see some kind of larger numbers here, so I'm going to simplify. I can't simplify anything here or here, but I see this corner, 14 and 12. Both of those can be divided by 2 to get a little bit, to get our numbers more manageable. So my 5 stays the same. 14 divided by 2 is 7. Keep our sign. 12 divided by 2 is 6. And then we didn't do anything with this 7 here, so we keep it. Nothing else can be simplified. So we use our rules, top times top. 5 times 6 is 30. And 7 times 7 is 49. And that actually can't be simplified any further. Okay, so if you got 2 of these right, that's great, move on. If not, please let me know so we can fix any things that you're getting tripped up on. If not, we're ready to try another 2. Okay, so here we have really, I'm going to say, intimidating numbers here. Okay, so we have big fractions. All right, but I want you guys to try on your own now. Think about what you do, and just remember, keep, change, flip, and see what happens. So pause the video, try that. When you come back, we'll do it together. Okay, so by now you should have at least thought of or attempted these. So here, we're going to not worry about these big ugly numbers, these big ugly fractions. We're just going to remember keep. So 198 over 153. Keep, change, and flip. So this becomes 153 divided by 198. Alright, so whoa, these are big numbers, but don't be alarmed. I would suggest looking at your corners here and seeing if they can be simplified. Okay, so if I look here, 198 and 198, if I divide both of those by 198, I'll get 1. So I can simplify that. So we're going to divide by 198 and divide this one by 198. Right on. So we'll come over here. 198 divided by 198, that's 1 over. We haven't done anything with this one yet. So 153 times by, haven't done anything with this one, 153 divided by, and 198 divided by 198 is 1. Okay, and then I'm going to multiply now. I'm going to go top by top is 153. Bottom by bottom is 1 times 153 is 153. And then I'm going to look at that, and I'm going to say 153 divided by 153 equals 1. Okay, so you guys, if you try that, if you try down through, this would be the correct answer. Okay, and now this one, if you attempted this one, I'm going to kind of skip a few steps here. I'm going to always do the first step, keep, change, flip. So 546 divided by 999. Keep the first fraction, change, flip the second one. So my 999 goes on the top, and my 546 goes on the bottom. Now we got a similar situation. We got our corners that we can simplify. So we can divide this corner and this corner by 546. Okay, and I'm going to do that. Instead of writing out divide, I'm just going to do what's called canceling. So this becomes now a 1. Because 546 divided by itself is 1. 546 divided by itself is 1. And we can do the same thing with this corner. So 999 divided by 999 is 1. And this corner, 999, divided by itself is 1. So now we got 1 over 1 times 1 over 1, which at the end of the day just equals 1. Okay, so question now, what do you notice about these problems? And just answer that to yourself in your mind, now in your head. Okay, first thing I notice is that they both equal 1. Okay, so from that, we're going to write down a note now. So pause the video, write this out. Okay, by now you should have this written out. All it says is that anything divided by itself is 1. So we see 5 divided by 5 is 1. We knew that. And it also works for fractions too. So a half divided by a half is 1. And the reason you do that is because if you've actually done this with the keep, change, flip method, like you did over here, you would see that the math works out to cancel out and get 1 at the bottom. Okay, so anything divided by itself is 1. Half divided by half is 1. Any random number, 321 divided by 456, divided by 321 over 456, that equals 1. It doesn't matter what it is. So that's just a little trick for today. And with that, we're actually done. There's a quick little video. You guys, if you had no trouble with section 3.5, this should be just a continuation under that. I want you to, for practice work with this lesson, do page 139, number 10 and 12. So good luck with that. If you have any questions, make sure you get my attention and ask me to help you out and give you some details. And that's it, guys. Good luck with that.